Have you ever paused to consider why Japan has such a notoriously intense work culture? Today, we're embarking on a journey to investigate the factors that drive this phenomenon. From the cultural influences that shape their diligence, to the historical roots that have nurtured their tireless work ethic, we'll delve deep into the heart of Japan's working world. And remember, as we navigate this intriguing landscape, the answers may surprise you. Stay tuned to uncover the reasons behind Japan's workaholic culture. To understand Japan's work culture, it's essential to look back at its history. The country's work ethic, which is often characterized as relentless and disciplined, has been influenced by several factors throughout the ages. One of the most significant influences has been Japan's rapid industrialization after World War II. Following the devastation of the war, Japan had to rebuild and re-establish itself on the global stage. This led to an incredible economic miracle, with Japan transforming from a war-torn nation into the world's second-largest economy in just a few decades. This rapid growth was driven largely by hard work and the collective determination of the Japanese people, ingraining a deep sense of duty and dedication to work in the nation's psyche. Another historical influence on Japan's work ethic is the lifetime employment system. This system, which emerged during the post-war economic boom, guaranteed employees job security for life. In return, workers were expected to show unwavering loyalty and dedication to their companies. This created a strong bond between employers and employees, with the latter often going above and beyond their designated roles to contribute to the success of the company. Lastly, we cannot overlook the influence of samurai culture on Japan's work ethic. The samurais were the warrior class of feudal Japan, known for their discipline, loyalty, and a strong sense of honor. The samurai's Bushido, or way of the warrior, which emphasized virtues like rectitude, courage, and loyalty, has influenced the Japanese mindset, even in the workplace. This has resulted in a work culture where dedication, discipline, and loyalty are highly valued. It's worth noting that these historical factors are not the sole reasons for Japan's intense work culture. They have, however, left a profound impact on the nation's collective work ethic, shaping the way business is conducted and how individuals approach their work. These historical factors have undoubtedly played a significant part in shaping Japan's current work culture. Yet history alone doesn't explain everything. Japan's unique cultural values also contribute to its intense work environment. Let's delve into some of these cultural factors to better understand the Japanese work culture. First, we have the concept of giri, which translates to duty or obligation. In Japan, fulfilling one's duty is considered to be of utmost importance. This sense of duty applies not just to the workplace, but to all aspects of life. When it comes to work, the idea of giri means that employees often feel a strong obligation to give their all for their company, sometimes at the expense of their personal life. Then we have hon, or true feelings. Hana represents the contrast between a person's true feelings and desires, and the behavior and opinions one displays in public. In the workplace, this means employees might suppress their personal desires or opinions in order not to disrupt harmony in the team. They might work longer hours than they want to, or take on tasks they'd rather not, all in the name of maintaining peace and harmony. Speaking of harmony, it's a cornerstone of Japanese culture. The Japanese term wa refers to harmony in a group setting. It's about putting the group's needs above individual ones. In the work environment, this often translates into a collective mindset where everyone works together for the betterment of the company. Lastly, societal expectations play a significant role. In Japan, there's a strong societal pressure to conform and not stand out. This means that if everyone in the office is working late, you're expected to do the same. It's not just about not wanting to be the first one to leave the office, it's about not wanting to be seen as not contributing as much as everyone else. These cultural beliefs and values have ingrained a strong work ethic into the fabric of Japanese society. But as we'll see in the next scene, this intense work culture can have significant impacts. So stay tuned as we delve into the effects of overworking in Japan. Working hard is admirable, but what happens when it crosses the line into overworking? When hard work tips over into overworking, it can have dire consequences. We're not just talking about missing out on social events or family time. Overworking can lead to serious physical and mental health problems. People who are overworked often experience chronic stress, which can lead to a whole host of health issues. These may include high blood pressure, heart disease, and even stroke. Overwork can also lead to sleep deprivation, which in turn can cause problems with memory, concentration, and even motor skills. And it's not just physical health that's at risk. Overworking can also lead to mental health problems. Chronic stress can lead to anxiety and depression, and when you're overworked, you often don't have time to engage in activities that can help manage stress, like exercise, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. This can create a vicious cycle where the more you work, the more stressed you become, and the less time you have to alleviate that stress. Overworking can also lead to burnout, a state of chronic physical and mental exhaustion. Burnout can make it difficult to function at work and at home, and can lead to feelings of cynicism and detachment. But perhaps the most shocking impact of overworking is the phenomenon of karoshi, a Japanese term that literally translates to death from overwork. Karoshi is a tragic reality for many in Japan, where long work hours are often seen as a sign of dedication and commitment. In these cases, overworking can lead to heart attacks, strokes, and other life-threatening conditions, often in people who are otherwise young and healthy. The impacts of overworking are real and severe. It's not just about missing out on fun or relaxation. Overworking can lead to serious health problems, burnout, and even death. It's a serious issue that needs addressing. The effects of overworking can be severe, making it a serious issue that needs addressing. Recognizing the problem is the first step towards change. So what steps is Japan taking to address this issue? In recent years, Japan has made a concerted effort to tackle its culture of overwork. One such initiative is the introduction of Premium Friday, launched in February 2017. This initiative encourages companies to let their employees leave early on the last Friday of every month. The goal? To give workers more leisure time and to boost consumption. Another measure that's been implemented is the introduction of legislation to limit overtime work. The Work Style Reform Law, passed in 2019, sets legal caps on overtime hours in an attempt to curb excessive work. But it's not just about legislation and initiatives. Japan is also promoting a shift in mindset towards work-life balance. Many companies are now encouraging employees to take their full annual leave entitlement, a stark contrast to the previously held belief that taking vacation time was a sign of laziness or lack of dedication. Moreover, the government has been promoting teleworking or working from home as a way to reduce commuting time and provide more flexibility for workers. This move was initially motivated by the Tokyo Olympics, but the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic has further accelerated this shift. Japan has also been urging companies to adopt a results-oriented work style, where employees are assessed on their output rather than the number of hours they put in. The aim is to improve productivity and efficiency, allowing workers to finish their tasks in a reasonable time and avoid unnecessary overtime. It's important to note that, while these measures are positive steps in the right direction, change doesn't happen overnight. The deeply ingrained culture of overwork in Japan will take time to dismantle. However, the recognition of the problem and the initiatives put in place are promising signs of a shift towards a healthier work-life balance. While change is slow, it's heartening to see Japan taking steps to address the issue of overworking. In this video, we've explored the historical and cultural factors that contribute to Japan's intense work culture. We delved into the past, uncovering how post-war reconstruction efforts and economic boom instilled a strong work ethic in the population, leading to a society where hard work is seen as a virtue. This perspective, coupled with a deeply ingrained respect for hierarchy and collectivism, has fostered a culture where long hours and dedication to one's job is the norm. We then turned our attention to the impacts of this relentless work culture. We discussed how overworking can lead to serious health implications, decreased productivity, and strained personal relationships. It's a cycle that has seen Japan grapple with issues like karoshi, or death from overwork, and a declining birth rate. But it's not all doom and gloom. We also highlighted the steps that Japan is taking to address these pressing issues. From government regulations limiting overtime hours to a growing trend of companies encouraging employees to take more time off, there's a concerted effort to shift the tide. Yet, the road to change is challenging. It requires not only policy adjustments but also a cultural shift, a rethinking of what constitutes success, productivity, and the value of leisure. It's clear that Japan's work culture is a complex issue with deep roots. But with continued efforts, a healthier work-life balance is within reach.